Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing a rather unique branch of chemistry called environmental chemistry. In this branch you will learn about the different components of environment. Since it is a vast area of study, environmental chemistry is broken down to 4 sections to help you appreciate how fascinating our environment is. Out of the 4 components, the first one is the atmosphere, which includes 4 different layers. Let's move on to the other components. There's the hydrosphere, the lithosphere, and lastly, the biosphere. Who would have thought our environment could be so complex? This is why it's been divided into components to help you gauge its composition. In a nutshell, you will be studying the effects the human activity has on the environment. Here's a little fun fact if you already didn't know. The environmental chemistry is closely linked to biology, geology, ecology, soil, and water. It's also interesting to know the kind of chemical reactions taking place in our environment resulting in different changes. In order to better understand and be more aware of the effects of these chemical changes, if any, how harmful and destructive they can be, it's important to study these reactions. This will not only prevent the effects but also enable you to protect the environment. Let's proceed towards the last branch, yet a more intriguing branch of chemistry. Since childhood, perhaps you have been observing scenes from movies where detectives would be seen collecting samples from crime scene to later have the labs test those samples. If you have already guessed, then you could be right. This activity is what we'd label as analytical chemistry. In this branch, you will be able to isolate and identify samples much like a lab technician would. How interesting! And not just that, you would also determine the different components of the sample. For example, if you drink tea avidly, you'd be happy to know that you can also detect how much caffeine a cup of tea carries. Analytical chemistry is also employed in forensic science to investigate cases. Not only this, it's also used in environmental sciences to analyze air and water in atmosphere to determine air and water quality. Besides this, drug testing is also done with the help of analytical chemistry, and furthermore for the clinical evaluation of blood samples and urine samples. To help you comprehend analytical chemistry better, it has been divided into quantitative and qualitative analysis. For example, qualitative analysis includes determining the composition of a substance, such as what kind of minerals are dissolved in the river water. On the other hand, quantitative analysis shows you the quantity or the amount of each substance in the sample by using different instruments and techniques. Wow! A lot of interesting things we learned today, guys. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.